Hi again, this is Eloise again, and this is Endnote Tutorials again. So in this video, we're going to look at how to get references into Endnote, because this is what we need to do if we want to, well, keep them, if we want to share them, if we want to turn them into a bibliography. It all starts with getting the references in there in the first place. And it's really, really easy, especially from some of our large databases. You can do it with just a couple clicks, and I'll show you that. And even if you're importing things from WISE, which is Westminster Library's online catalog, it's a few more steps, but still pretty easy. So we are going to get started with that. So, no references. Very, very sad. We're going to change that. I'm going to click over to the library's website. Hopefully all you guys have been there before. If not, it's westminster.edu/library. And I'm just going to click down here, Online Journals and Reference Sources. And this is where you see all our wonderful databases and reference sources, and where you find lots of nice journal articles and resources. Most of these things can be found through WISE, so don't worry. But if you are looking within a specific subject, it helps you narrow down your search a little bit faster. Say you're an education student, searching in education full text in ERIC means that you maybe have to wade through a little less, less relevant psychology, political science, English, literature articles that might pop up when you search. But I'm going to go to our largest database, which is Academic Search Complete. Academic Search Complete is great. No matter what you're looking for, you're probably going to find something in WISE about it, and you're probably also going to find something in Academic Search Complete. It has huge coverage in lots of different subjects, but we can talk about that later. I am going to search just a simple, easy, pretty dumb search, and I'm going to search for video tutorials. I mean, it's what I'm doing. Why not? So lots of nice results. I can narrow them down lots of different ways. And I'm just going to click on this first one. Lots of good information here. And to the side, you'll see this toolbar. It might be up top depending on the size of your screen, but usually it's over here. And you might just see these icons. Oh, how do I get that back? Oh, there we go. I want to click this export button, this little paper with a little arrow. It's going very fast. And this makes it really easy to send this reference to Endnote. All these little options come up, and I'm going to click the second to the last one, Direct Export to Endnote Web. Remember, Endnote Web is what we're using. It's a little bit different than Endnote. So in some cases, you'll have to specify. So I just click Save, and I get an immediate pop-up that's been imported. And now when I go to my references, look at that. It's right there. Isn't that great? And even better, if I click on links, it'll send me to the library's catalog, where I can just click on View Full Text, and I'm back there. So with using Endnote, there's no need to send everything to yourself, put everything on a flash drive, download everything multiple times to make sure that it's on all the different computers that you're going to use, and email yourself all the time. Everything is right here. And it makes it so much easier. It's one of the great uses for that, if nothing else, just to save yourself the stress. Now, if we're looking at putting things in Endnote from WISE, which is the Westminster College McGill Library catalog, there's a few more steps. Oh, look at that. I practiced. So I'm going to search video tutorials again. Click Go. And I like using peer-reviewed articles. You should too. So I'm going to click there. Click on an article that looks good. I have this nice page with all this information. And as you can see, I actually could just click View Full Text here. It'll send me back to Academic Search Complete, and I can click that export button again. But sometimes you don't necessarily have that option, especially for things like books. So now, from this catalog, I click this Cite/Export button. And here, I could copy and paste citations into a bibliography if I wanted, or just a list. But if we're using Endnote, we click down here, Export to Endnote /Reference Manager. I'm going to save this file, and I see that it's downloaded. So now I'm going to go back to EndNote, and I'm going to click on Import References. And this is where you're going to upload that file that I just downloaded. And I just actually need to do. Alright, so you'll see this. Here, File, you select your file, and the file is going to download as worldcat/_/ a lot of gibberish .ris. So it's a .ris file is what you're looking for in case you have more downloads than I do. Open. And the import option is where you're telling EndNote what format this is in. So there's going to be a lot. And that can get pretty frustrating pretty fast. What you can do is click that Select Favorites button, go down, and the file, even though it's an RIS file, what we're going to select is called refman RIS, R-E-F, man RIS. There we go. I like to think of refman as a superhero. Click Copy to Favorites. You see that's in your favorites, because usually that's going to be the format that you're importing, but you can always add more or see that whole list again if you'd like. So now it's a lot easier. The import options, I click here, and I just have one, refman RIS, which is the file format that I know I'm going to be using all the time if I'm using the library's catalog. And 2. Now I'm just going to put it in unfilled. A lot of times it wants you to import it to a group, and we'll talk about groups in the next video. So I'm going to click Import, and look at that. I get a little confirmation screen, and they're both there. And I can even click Links again. And this full text button will send me right to where I need to go. So I wouldn't even need to go through the catalog next time. And look at that. Isn't that nice? So this is how you are going to get references into EndNote most of the time. Either you're going to be on a database where you can maybe just click a couple buttons, or you're going to have to download an RIS file from Wise or from a different, maybe a smaller database. Or I think Google Scholar, you will download an RIS file as well. I hope this has been helpful. Next time we're going to talk about organizing these in groups and sort of controlling them, sharing the groups, deleting them, doing all this great stuff with the references so we can keep them where we want to keep them. I hope this has been helpful for you. See you next time.